traveling companions, journeying as one, moving ever forward, faces to the sun, in the family of God, the place for everyone. Together we are community, traveling, journeying
Hello, I want to invite you and welcome you to our Good Friday journey. Thank you so much, Jim, for singing us into that. I invite you now to be fully present to this worship experience so that you can be inspired and transformed, because Good Friday is a time to be mindful of our call to love and how love was crucified on a cross of fear and hate. And even though we know this is not the end of Christ's story, we will travel together tonight as companions in this story, walking through the last moments of Jesus' earthly life. In doing so, we travel not just through a story of long ago. Tonight, we also bring to life the ways this story is still an ongoing story of humankind. For we are still called by Jesus to let love and understanding be widened to encircle all. And tonight, we take time to acknowledge all of the elements of creation: earth, air, fire, and water.
These timeless elements connect us with our ancestors who surrounded Jesus in those last few days and allow us to walk with those who have kept this Good Friday vigil for thousands of years. Tonight we will go with each other as traveling companions.
Our traveling companions, journeying as one, moving ever forward, our faces to the sun, in the family of God, a place for everyone. Together we are community, traveling, journeying as one.
We offer this sung prayer that Jim just sang, that we might be one in our efforts to love the earth and all its people, because it is precious and it is created by God. As we give thanks for the food that we have enjoyed this evening, we remember how the earth provides food for us, and we remember that our work for justice and love includes the care of the earth that we have been so graciously given to protect and sustain.
In the beginning, God created everything, the heavens above and the earth below. Then there was the voice of God.
Let there be light.
And the light flashed into being, and God saw that the light was beautiful and good. That was day one.
Let there be a vast expanse in the middle of the waters. Let the waters from above part from the waters below.
So God parted the waters and called the vast expanse sky. That was day two.
Let the waters below and the heavens be collected into one place and congregate into a vast sea, so that the dry land may appear.
And God called the dry land earth, and God saw that the new creation was beautiful and good.
Earth, sprout green vegetation, grow all varieties of seed-bearing plants and all sorts of fruit-bearing trees.
It happened just as God said, and God saw the new creation was beautiful and good. That was day three.
Lights come out, shine in the vast expanse of heaven's sky, and warm the earth with your light.
God fashioned the two great lights, the brighter to mark the course of the day, and the other to mark the course of the night. God saw that the new creation was beautiful and good. That was day four.
Waters be filled with fish and sea creatures.
So God created the sea creatures and spoke this blessing over them.
Be fruitful and multiply. Let creatures fill the seas. Let birds reproduce and cover the earth.
That was day 5.
Earth, generate life, produce a vast variety of living creatures.
God made the earth creatures in a vast variety of species, and then God paused.
Now, let us conceive a new creation, humanity, made in our image, fashioned according to our likeness, and let us grant them authority over all the earth.
So humanity was created in God's image. Then God blessed them and gave them this directive.
Be fruitful and multiply. Populate the earth and rule over every creature that roams across the earth.
Then God surveyed everything that was made, savoring the beauty and appreciating its goodness. That was day 6. On the 7th day, God rested from labor, making it a special day for pause and restoration, a sacred zone of Sabbath keeping.
As we now leave behind our food, the food the earth has provided for us, I am reminded of how Jesus' ministry was usually over a meal. He was always inviting people to eat with him because he knew everyone will always have a place at the table of love with him.
As our journey continues, we remember how Jesus said, "Little children, I'm with you for a little while longer. You will look for me, but just as I told the Jewish leaders, I also tell you now, where I'm going, you can't come. Therefore, I give you a new commandment. Love each other, just as I have loved you. So you must also love each other. This is how everyone will know that you are my disciples, when you love one another." Let us now continue our journey with Jesus by following our leaders into the sanctuary to be seated.
We are traveling companions, journeying as one, moving ever forward, our faces to the sun, in the family of God, a place for everyone. Together we are community, traveling, journeying as one. Traveling companions, journeying as one, moving ever forward, our faces to the sun, in the family of God, a place for everyone. Together we are community, traveling, journeying as one.
In the next part of our journey, the disciples have left the safety of the upper room and go into the open air of Jerusalem to the Garden of Gethsemane, where Jesus is arrested.
Went out with his disciples and crossed over to the other side of the Kidron Valley. He and his disciples entered a garden there. Judas, his betrayer, also knew the place because Jesus often gathered there with his disciples. Judas brought a company of soldiers and some guards from the chief priests and Pharisees. They came there carrying lanterns, torches, and weapons. Jesus knew everything that was to happen to him, so he went out and asked,
"Who are you looking for?"
Jesus the Nazarene.
"I am."
When he said, "I am," they shrank back and fell to the ground.
"Who are you looking for?"
Jesus the Nazarene.
"I said, I am. If you are looking for me, then let these people go."
Then Simon Peter, who had a sword, drew it and struck the high priest's servant, cutting off his right ear.
"Put your sword away. Am I not to drink of the cup my Father has given to me?"
Then the company of soldiers took Jesus into custody.
Jesus poured out his heart and taught us to draw the circle of love and understanding wide, and to draw it wider still. He taught us to walk with faith, devotion, and to preach the good news. We have a Jesus who proclaims release to the captives, who recovers sight to the blind, and who sets at liberty those who were oppressed. And despite the efforts of so many to silence and distance him, he promised us to be with us always through the power of the Holy Spirit. I invite you now all to take an audible breath. The element of air gives us breath, and in the same way, oxygen gives us life. For Jesus breathed the Holy Spirit upon those first congregants in the early church. With every breath, know that the Holy Spirit is with you. It is a reminder that Jesus will not leave us, but come back to us and love us. And it was Jesus' last breath that gave us our life tonight.
Let us now recognize the element of fire and ask the Holy Spirit to be ignited and to work through us for the sake of all people tonight.
A poem by Alan Sable. There's a fire burning in my eyes. Even the impossible can be done because I believe it can. The toughest challenge can be won because I am a fighting human. There's a fire burning in my eyes because I'm after the prize. Anything far-fetched can be achieved. Yes, it can be done. Because in truth, I believe that I am the right one. But that's no surprise, because there's a fire burning in my eyes. Anything unlikely can be overcome in an hour of darkness, even when there exists some who think the situation is hopeless. But my spirit never dies, because there's a fire burning in my eyes. My heart is ablaze with the flame of triumph, my soul alight with the fire of success. An eternal inferno rages within me. And when you peer into my eyes, then you will see the fire burning within. The fire burning within my eyes.
Please join me in our responsive reading for the element of water. I invite you to read the words in bold. Let this water remind us that each of us is a child of God, named and claimed just as we are. Let this water remind us that we are called to renounce evil and oppression whenever we witness it. Let this water remind us that we are representatives of Christ as we dream of a world where the circles of understanding and justice is widened. Let this water remind us that we can choose love and make forgiveness our never-ending prayer. Let this water remind us that God has work for us to do. Let this water remind us that the day is coming when we will all be one in love.
God's Spirit is poured out in water. And in this night, we remember that Jesus' blood flowed out like water to save the sin and pain of the world.
They crucified my Lord, and he never said a mumbling word. They crucified my Lord, and he never said a mumbling word. Not a word, not a word, not a word. They crucified my
It was now about noon, and darkness covered the whole earth until about 3 o'clock, when the sun stopped shining. And then the curtain in the sanctuary tore down the middle. Crying out in a loud voice, Jesus said,
Father, into your hands I entrust my spirit.
After he said this, he breathed for the last time.
Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they nailed him to the tree? Were you there when they nailed him to the tree? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they nailed him to the tree? Were you there when the sun refused to shine? Were you there when the sun refused to shine? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when the sun refused to shine? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when they laid the tomb. Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble.